Here we go then, everyone. We are on the cusp of FIFA World Cup qualification for the first time in 12 years. But everyone's saying, oh, we're going to beat Guinea and we've qualified. I'm going to tell you why I don't think that will be the case, why I think that's fake news, and why it doesn't matter, because Algeria will 99% certainly qualify for the World Cup. I just think it will be confirmed in October, which I said to you guys a few weeks ago. And you guys are like, no, we're going to qualify now. No, listen. I'm not saying it for no reason, guys. And I'll tell you why. Because Algeria lead the group at the moment with a 6-point gap ahead to both second place and third place, Uganda and Mozambique. So, 6 points gap, 3 games left. Obviously, the most points that can be got in that time is 9. And we've got a really good goal difference as well. That goal difference is huge. So, let's say Algeria beat Guinea, which I don't think we're even going to beat Guinea, but let's run with the argument that we do. Uganda are hosting Somalia and Mozambique are hosting Botswana. Uganda are almost certainly going to win at home to Somalia. They just beat Mozambique at home 4-0. And if Uganda win that game, it doesn't matter what Algeria do, we will not be officially qualified. You won't be seeing FIFA posting it, even if we beat Guinea 10-0. If Uganda beat Somalia, that qualification will not be confirmed. Even though we've realistically qualified, it's because they're basically saying there could still be a 20 goal difference swing. If we conceded 10 and Uganda scored 10 in the last 2 games, then it would swing, of course. It's unrealistic, but I think Uganda will beat Somalia at home, and I think Mozambique will beat Botswana at home, and those 2 wins is what's going to stop Algeria confirming the qualification, because even if we beat Guinea, if Uganda and Mozambique win, it's a 6-point gap, it's 2 games left. Yes, we've basically pretty much qualified, but I'm just saying it won't be officially confirmed, posted by FIFA, because goal difference can swing by 15, 20 goals and we wouldn't qualify if we lost the last 2. But we're not going to lose to Somalia, and there's not going to be a 20-goal swing. So if that's too complicated, I'll simplify it. Algeria will go to the World Cup, but it won't be confirmed officially until next month. There is nothing to worry about. Even if we lose to Guinea, we have Somalia still to play and Uganda still to come to Algeria on the final match day. I hope that makes sense. I've done my best there to sort of address all of the fake news, all of the fake maths. But of course, if Somalia somehow drew to Uganda, if Mozambique somehow drew to Botswana, and if we somehow beat Guinea, then yes, of course, we will be officially confirmed to the World Cup, because the points gap will be too big for anyone to catch. I just can't see Mozambique and Uganda both not winning at home, with us winning in Guinea, well, in Casablanca as well. So there's the equation side of it. What I'm basically saying is not to panic, not to worry. Inshallah, it's all good, it's all done. You're just not going to see FIFA confirm it next week unless a miraculous set of results happen. But we are there. Now on to the football. We face Guinea. Now, Guinea aren't even in the race for second. For first, sorry. They're in the race for second. They're not in the race for first. They've had a terrible year. They've completely bottled the World Cup qualification to Somalia, of all teams, when they drew 0-0. Having said that, they did finally beat Somalia the other day by 3-0, where Gerassi did get on the score sheet, although Somalia had a very controversial equaliser that should have stood, but was wrongly disallowed, where the referee pulled it back to give a free kick to Somalia, which made no sense. I'd say it's a terrible year for Guinea, because they're not even going to the AFCON. No Gerassi at the AFCON, probably one of the best centre-forwards, the best African number 9 in Europe, I think so. He won't be at the AFCON. What a shame. Tanzania beat them to it in that qualifying group, so we're not going to be seeing Guinea at the AFCON, so they had to go for the World Cup. They beat Algeria in Baraki, and you're thinking, oh wow, Guinea have got a right chance, but then they draw to Somalia. Crazily, after 7 games everyone's played, there's only been 1 draw in the whole group, and that was Guinea to Somalia, the game you'd least expect to be a draw. Wow. So, Guinea are fighting for second. They're winning the mix for second. Guinea are going to try and beat us as hard as they can, not to get top, to get the second spot, where there's an outside chance they could still be one of the 4 teams advancing to the playoffs. I hope that makes sense. Guinea are not going to catch Algeria. Pretty much impossible. I'll tell you what's funny. We could lose to Guinea twice. We lost in Baraki. Let's say we lose in Casablanca on Monday afternoon. We could lose to Guinea twice and easily still qualify for the World Cup, which is insane considering they are a pot 2 team. When the draw was made, we all said Guinea were Algeria's biggest challengers. They could beat us twice, home and away, and still not come first. Quite remarkable. It just shows how much Guinea messed up in the other results when they lost to Mozambique, when they drew to Somalia. That's where Guinea fumbled it, so they're trying to make it up against us. Remember we played them last time in Baraki, there was no Mahrez. Everyone says, oh, I don't want Mahrez playing anymore. Well, the last time Mahrez wasn't in the World Cup qualifying game in Baraki against Guinea, we lost. So clearly a huge blow. And speaking of huge blows, no Rami Bensebaini. We never seem to win without Bensebaini. How many times have Algeria lost without Bensebaini? You think of Cameroon, you think of Mauritania. I think even Guinea last time there was no Bensebaini. Such a huge loss to the team when Bensebaini doesn't play. And what about Baghdad Bounjahid? The form of his life. Started the season very well in the Qatari League with Shamal, scoring 2 off the bench against Botswana, but shamelessly taking his top off after scoring a tap-in Tizi Ouzou against Botswana. A tap-in Tizi Ouzou against Botswana meant he took his shirt off to celebrate. Baghdad, you got a yellow card for taking your shirt off. You are now not playing away at Guinea. How much of a blow will that be? Because I think Baghdad, after a performance like that, could have quite easily been in line for a start in Casablanca. Of course, it's good for Algeria that we are playing in North Africa. We don't have to travel to Sub-Saharan Africa. Guinea have already played against Somalia. A day extra rest for Algeria. We had the game the day before Guinea played Somalia, and they played all the way in Uganda, I believe, in Kampala. So Guinea had travelled Kampala to Casablanca. We've all arrived safely in Casablanca, as has Jawan Hajem. Hajem back after missing the game against Botswana for family reasons. He is now available. That is crucial considering Bensebaini played left back and played left back very well with that assist for Amora's header. And of course, Ait-Nouri's not here either with that injury. So Hajem almost certainly plays at left back. As for the goalie, I don't know what he's going to do because Gendouzi had barely anything to do and he couldn't even do that right. Still can't save a word doc. I don't know, the goalkeeper is a big problem. We're going to address that very soon. But Gendouzi is probably still the best of the 3 he's got there. Hajem's going to have to play left back. I suspect Touba might come in. I want to see Touba play. I mean, Touba deserves to play. Mandy and Tugai are so slow as a pairing. I thought Yusuf Altala was poor against Botswana. I couldn't believe Van den Kerkhoff didn't get any minutes in that game, considering the amount of times Altala even went down injured. He is made of glass, I'm telling you. I'd like to see Van den Kerkhoff given a run out. It's not that important because Algeria's qualification is almost so certain that it's not a big deal who plays in the middle. It was a Zarouki-less zone last time. I expect it to be the same again. He might as well play Badawi again with Bentala, but I thought they did okay with Awar. Or maybe Shaibi can come in. I thought Shaibi did well when he came on against Botswana. Awar is okay. Mazza's back. Mazza didn't feature, wasn't even on the bench against Botswana, nor was Haj Musa, because Pekovic has come out and said it was a disciplinary reason that he fell asleep and missed the meeting before the game. I mean, come on, Vlad, he's only 18, 19, he's learning. But Mazza will be certainly back for this one. He'll certainly play a part, I'm sure of it. Listen, everyone wants Mahrez dropped. Whether you want Mahrez to start, whether you don't want Mahrez to start, I'm going to give you the facts. He is always going to start. He is the captain. When he wasn't here, we lost to Guinea. He is the captain. You're not going to bench the captain. Almost certainly, when Mahrez is in the squad, he's here to play. Whether he starts and plays 60 minutes and then comes off, there's a different conversation. But Amora is certainly someone that has to always start. He's brilliant again. He's absolutely carried Algeria in these World Cup qualifiers. He's averaging more than 1 goal or assist a game. Nearly 2 GA a game in these qualifiers. Quite mad, really. I thought Guiri wasn't good against Botswana. I thought Benrahma was really good when he came on. If you watch the goals back, the second and third goal, Benrahma comes on for Mahrez and plays on the right, which is not a position he's played often, but the second goal starts with Saeed, and the third goal Saeed's involved as well. Do not underestimate his involvement in that win, because you're very quick to jump on and criticise him. He was very important in those 2 goals off the bench, as well as Belali and Baghdad when they came on. But yeah, he could go Belali on the left, he could play Shaibi on the left, he could play Benrahma on the left, he could play Benrahma, Amora and Mahrez. Haj Musa, again, another player that wasn't even on the bench last time. We'll wait and see if he features in this one. But I think the threat of Girassi is a good test for our defence. The goalkeeper is going to concede, 100%. Guinea are going to score, no doubt about that. They scored 2 in Baraki. Listen, our keeper's shocking. Girassi was rested against Somalia. After about 70 minutes, they took him off to rest him. He is lethal. If he gets a chance, he's not going to miss. Girassi will almost certainly score against Algeria. But if we were to go to Casablanca and beat Guinea, I think that would be quite a win. I'd be very shocked if we beat Guinea, because they're a good side, contrary to their form, and they've got a top number 9. And I think to beat Guinea, wherever it is, even if it's in Algeria, in Guinea, in Casablanca, wherever, I think it'll be a great achievement. I think we're going to draw the game 1-1 for the record. I think we'll draw there. I'll be buzzing if we win. If we lose, it's not the end of the world. But Vladimir Petkovic is aiming to be just the fourth man to take Algeria to a World Cup, which is quite some achievement. He came in for Belmadi. He lost to Guinea, but since then he's beaten Uganda away. He's beaten Botswana away. He's beaten Botswana at home, and he's absolutely thumped Mozambique at home. Petkovic knows what he's doing. He is the man with the plan. Please stop criticising the manager who's about to take Algeria to the World Cup for the first time in 12 years. If it's that simple, all the guys that have done it before him would have done that. And let me tell you, there are 4 or 5 managers that have come into Algeria that have failed to take us to the World Cup since Vladimir Petkovic has come in. And this guy's not even managed in Africa before. So listen, stop trying to blame the manager for clicks and views. Get behind him. He is tactically aware. Belmadi was not tactically aware. He was a passionate coach that fought for the country, dripping blood for the country. That's all well and good. And that's what won the AFCON. But tactically, shocking. Look at what Petkovic can change in-game. Sweden 4-0 down. He almost rescued it to 4-all, which was mental. Okay? Even the game the other day, 1-1, struggling to break down Botswana. They get the goal because our keeper's crap. They go back to the low block. Look at those changes. Chaotic changes. Change the game. The subs won us the game. I like this coach a lot. And he gets criticised because he's not Algerian. That's a fact. People aren't happy. The coach of Algeria is not from Algeria. Get over it. I want the coach that can go and win things and go far in tournaments. I don't want an Algerian to be there, but we go out in the group stage. But it's okay because he's from the homeland. So come on, please. Do me a favour, guys. We should be buzzing. We should be happy. We're on the brink of a World Cup. I don't know why people are so negative. A lot of these players here now, they're not going to go to the tournament. You'll wait and see. So, let me know your thoughts. Guinea, Algeria, what are your predictions? Let me know. And I'll see you next time.